This is the story of how we left Thailand and moved to Cambodia to continue our journey, our trip around the world, and what all of this has to do with change and what is happening with this channel. Goodbye mangroves, goodbye bungalow, goodbye lovely view, goodbye Panoi, goodbye.
Hey baby, come to me again.
Bye bye. Goodbye Kochang. And we're at the border. Like, that's not the border, but I think that's the border. Like, I'm not sure. But this one here seems to be a little restaurant where you can get the lunch in before you cross the border. Tourists get dropped off here. The minivan also dropped us off here. Why is the... You hear that? Why is the engine still running? Never mind. We got this one to cross the border. We filled out our arrival and our departure card. Got something to eat, and we're constantly on the move since today morning at 6:50 I think where we started. Now it should be around 10 p.m. or so, and next stop is supposed to be Siem Reap. Let's move! Before crossing the border, one of the guys from the travel agency started explaining to everyone that things in Cambodia work very differently from how they work in Thailand. If you ever look for the passport control on the Phopate border and you see a sign that is pointing to a somehow dodgy looking alley, that's the right one. We heard stories about it being difficult to cross the border. For us it went perfectly fine. We got our e-visa beforehand, we just crossed the border on foot, got back into another minivan. This time got a little separated. Kat got into the very back of the van and I got into the very front. And then finally we got a first glance on how Cambodia looked like. It took us pretty much the whole day and it started getting dark when we finally would get to our stay. The tuk-tuk was supposed to be free of charge, but that was the time that we started understanding that things work a little differently in Cambodia. The driver took us to our stay that was even closer than to the city center, which wouldn't have been a problem at all. And then he started complaining that I would have promised him that he would be the one to take us to Angkor Wat. But that actually, I've never said that. And then he started being angry, started shouting at me and went off. No more word! That's a thing that would probably never happen in Thailand, or just very rarely. That's a hard word for me. Did a Thai ever shout at me? I don't think so. But they like to laugh a lot. And people here also like to laugh. Like, it's not... I mean, that's what moving on is about. Things change, and this is a different country, this is a different culture, and people are not bad or good here, they're just different, and actually they're very lovely here. And maybe you're wondering about the change of clothes. Actually, that's a funny thing. The first time I recorded this video, half the footage got damaged, and that day in general was just... see for yourself. Just recorded this last scene with the microphone facing in the wrong direction, like... So here we are now a few days later, and maybe I should show you the stay first. It's a very lovely one. This is where I'm currently sitting and talking. This is our room. That's how we do laundry, and it's pretty funny. Like, if you look at this is just looking like freaking paradise. That's more of how most of the surroundings look like here, but it's nice here. That's, by the way, where Sam the host lives. Very nice, very helpful guy. Can't show you how he looks like because he's not around, but just look at this garden. And that is our room. This is the most freaking comfy bed in months, and the rest just looks lovely. It's nice, it's spacey. It's me. That's me. Bathtub, shower, love it. Love this room. Talking about moving on, this vlog is not only about us moving to Cambodia, continuing our journey and the trip around the world. I'm still broke, by the way, still having problems and figuring this out. But it is also about what I would like to change about Way of Pirate as a brand. And it's no major changes, the vlogs will stay the vlogs. But on top of that, I would like to do more conscious content in the future and focus more on freedom as a topic. I want to reach out to people, find people and speak and talk to people that somehow found a special way of freedom for them, and live on their own terms now, and ask them how did they do it, what did they do, and how do they feel about certain topics that actually relate this whole concept of freedom. What I also mean by speaking about more conscious content is that I at least want to do one film or one video per country that is not about me, that is not telling my story, and that has nothing to do with the vlogs, but really is some kind of a special or untold story of the country or of some people of the country. So if you have any idea, especially for Cambodia now, or the next country most probably will be Laos, please reach out to me, because that's also a thing I would like to do. Conscious content doesn't only mean that I look at things or topics, but that I would try and start to look at it by reaching out to you and you reaching out to me, so that we can somehow, as we do with the Freedom Project at the moment, work together on those things. And for instance, here in Cambodia now, if you look it up, if you search for what is so special about Cambodia, you will sooner or later find out about the history of this country. And it's fascinating to me that everyone talks about the dark side of Cambodia, but if you're here, people just are so lovely. I love to see the people smile here. I love to interact with them. I would just like to, in general, turn everything I do and dedicate everything I do to positivity. There's just so much negativity out in the world. There's just so much fucked up shit in the world. I don't want to be one more person that is actually complaining about it. I want to do the opposite. That is also a very freeing experience, you know, searching for the bright side instead of the dark side of life. That's about it. Only love pirates. Stay addicted. And yeah, I lost my sunglasses. Yeah, that's the one I fixed so often, and yeah, I don't like that. See ya.